This real property for tax year 2014 is very, very different from theirs because this year we actually did a revaluation year, and actually we sent out the notices, and basically we even had to work with the legislature to extend the due dates for the first installment and the second installment.
Rev. Tax Director John Camacho says after nearly 2 decades, the department had finally completed its efforts to update Guam's property values. A few months ago, tens of thousands of real property tax statements were sent in the mail informing property owners of the new values, most of which reflected changes. Hundreds of people, however, are contesting the new property values.
Being it as a revaluation year, we also anticipated that we will probably be getting a lot of appeals from the property owners, in which we roughly have about 780 or 800 maybe now of appeals to the Board of Equalization.
Camacho says the appeals represent both residential and commercial property owners, with some appeals filed in groups. The Board of Equalization held an informal meeting with DRT this past week to address the appeals, along with Cornerstone Valuation Guam, who was hired to conduct the revaluation.
It hasn't been done for 20 years, and some of these appeals that are coming in are basically questioning, the methodology and also the increase. Why the increase?
Camacho says the goal is to resolve the appeals before the end of the summer, as Rev. Tax will begin issuing a preliminary notice for the property tax for 2015.
Basically, we need to get that out, and one of the reasons why we said earlier is that we want to address all these appeals to see in a timely fashion to try to actually resolve them. So in September, once we resolve these disputed values, we would try and get a clear value going out in September 1st. So that's our goal.
And while the second installment for real property taxes was due on May 20th, Camacho still encourages those who haven't made payment to still do so, as there are penalties and redemption interest that will be applied. Otherwise, they will be included in a real property tax delinquent list set to be published on June 8th. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.